Hi, welcome to my video. I'm Jennifer Roberts. You're catching me on my YouTube channel, Bitchute channel and Facebook page, all at True Divine 44. You can also get me at The True Divine on Instagram and Twitter. Any likes, shares, subscribes, follows, tweets, greatly appreciated. Much love to everybody who does that thus far. I've missed days here, days there from the normal content that I put out. I'm just really trying to build things and get things in motion, but I'm a one-woman band, and with homeschooling the boys and whatnot, I'm just doing the best I can. So I appreciate everybody's patience in the free content that I put out to support, guide and inspire those who want to be supported, guided and inspire. I hate missing days, I dislike missing days, and but needs must at the minute, so bear with me. I promise it'll be worth it in the end for everybody that enjoys the content that I put out, and also for my family. I've got to think of that too. So thank you for the patience. I really do appreciate it. So this is what I do to put out content that I hope would help others, to do my bit, to do part of what I know I'm here to do and called to do. And that is where I combine the energy work that I do and the tarot work that I do to bring you a narrative for your day to help you navigate the energies within you, around you, and within others, to give you a bit of foresight. Take what resonates as it is general, but it is to give you a heads up, one-upmanship in the game, so to speak, because you may recognize these energies and be able to navigate them that much better, depending on where you're feeling these energies coming from, and how you're discerning the intent behind them. So this is for the 12th of the 2nd, 2021, the 12th of February, 2021. Just light that up a bit. And so interesting day in that we've got let's see, so let's start with something good. We've got the sun on the bottom of the deck, this being a joy, happiness, excitement, revelry, making hay while the sun shines. And I know that whilst we are being bombarded with literally, quite literally and metaphorically, the locking down of freedom, of expression, of abundance, of joy, of togetherness. This is part of the game, and the sun is there for those that choose to see it, in that this is where actually there is the duality to that, is that there is more freedom than we've known for a long time on offer. There is an incredible amount of liberation on offer, because these beings, these so-called powers that be, are showing their hand massively, tyrannical hand, and the source behind them, that puppets them, is showing itself terribly so, tyrannically so. And so this is where, you know, you can push people so far until they say, hold on a minute, we never gave you this right. Never. Maybe generations before us, there was something set in motion that would carve out this space in our society, that would have a role for you, that would give you this role that you get plenty of money from, plenty of power and accolade. But actually, we know where the benevolence is. The benevolence is in natural law. The benevolence is in our togetherness. The benevolence is in nature. It is not at the source of power right now. It is not at the source of control right now. And so this is where we see the opportunity for those that want to take it, to say, you know what, balls it. I'm going to meet with my family, I'm going to do my thing, and I'm going to be joyous because you have given me the opportunity to see what it's like when that is taken away. It's all the more sweet that I go against that and enjoy it regardless. And so there's that duality to what is happening right now. And to be quite frank, many people need to be rising up and feeling this way and doing this right now, in a timely way, because we need to flatten our own curve, so to speak. We need to bring in some balance for sure, to this swing in the pendulum, and this is the opportunity to do so. So where we are faced with disarmament, where you're faced with lockdown, where you're faced with being held down, this is where you think, stuff it, what have I got to lose? You can actually see far more clearly what is on offer to lose right now, and what is on offer to gain back and gain more of right now. And so this is where we see warrior hearts rising up. And it's warrior hearts rising up in love. It's warrior hearts rising up in connectedness, in appreciation for life, in appreciation for togetherness, for friendship, for family, for camaraderie, for self. And so this is where the sun comes in massively, so to really shine on what needs to be seen, and to really shine on what needs to be grown and cultivated and made more of. And so this is where we see this opportunity of the sun energy being so powerful today, to look, get over those walls. It's not that the wall isn't there, but the capability to jump it is so apparent, and it's more in your mind than you ever would believe. And so this is where you see that you harness that fortitude, that shadow self, that foundational self, and find the joy in your higher consciousness through being able to ride upon that. So this is a massive day for those that choose to make it, and it's massive in what would be deemed as, or seen as in the past, as menial small things. But it's going against the grain of rules that do not make sense, lies that do not make any sense anymore, corruption that can be absolutely seen. And so it is where we see the opportunity to flatten their curve, so to speak. Now we've got the 6 of staffs on the bottom of the other deck, and so this is victory. There's victory in this today. Whatever you do today, find yourself going against the grain. Find yourself erupting over whatever wall it is that you need to get over. Be brave, be bold, and this sense of victory will come to you. Absolutely, you will absolutely attract it. And for each individual that does this today, you're playing your part in making the sunshine for others, to show people that, there's only so much that these people can do. There's only so much right now that these people can control. And it's here that they control the most. Because if they can control here, the head of us, the head of the snake in each individual, then they control the whole body. Then they control the whole movement. They've got a stupid rule, yet another list. I'm going to make a list of the stupid tyrannical rules that the UK government made over this time. And this next one is that they've made every shop put up posters to say that, so for instance, my mum and Abby went to the shop. They went to the shop and the lady wouldn't let them in together. What? No, you can't come in together. You have to shop alone. So anybody coming from the same household now has to shop separately. But you're going to let me in the shop at the same time as letting 5 other strangers in the shop. So my mum had to wait outside because she'd been brave enough to argue the toss to say, no, we came together and we're going in together. But obviously Abby needed some stuff, so she went in. But at the same time, Abby went in with 5 other strangers that she's got no, built up, shared germs to. So if it was anything about a virus, that it would be the absolute opposite. But nevertheless, so that's shop alone is literally what they've got on the posters. I'll take a picture of it and show you guys. But the shop alone is the new rule. It's ridiculous. So we have the next card on the actual reading is the Eight of Wands. This is an interesting card in that there's swift, fast movement here. And you see the blue snake. Now, blue has been very on my mind with different visions I've been having in different inner standings that I've been having regarding blue. And I will put a video out about that. But there's swift movement here, swift messages happening, and there's now these are coming toward the guy that's standing there. Now he's in green, so this is very much his heart chakra. So something he has sent out through his energetic electromagnetic field that is now attracting back to him. So there's swift movement in this. And the snake representing it going above and over his head. He's been projecting out that higher consciousness state, and it's reached far and wide. Now, when you're doing this, and you have been doing this leading up to today, so you see the appearance of it today, where these messages, this swift movement comes in, and for the majority, they are good, swift movements. It does cause conflict. And that is a little bit like, you know, the way that my mum stood up for herself, and there was slight conflict there with the Five of Wands clarifying this Eight of Wands. And so this is where you feel people going against the grain, people of higher consciousness going against the grain. There is an aspect to it that you are going to attract the very good things that you have put out there, the same frequency matching things that you have put out there in your manifestations, in your thought patterns and whatnot. But at the same time, there is this case of there are many people that are locked in the mind right now, and also the so-called powers that be are very much trying to keep those minds locked. So it does attract attention also of the more negative kind. But this is the Five of Wands, and you're going with the Eight of Wands. So you know it is game over still if you just can maintain that higher consciousness, maintain that a higher frequency field, that you know you're going to find that actually this serves you, because you can see the people that you know you maybe need to move away from. You can see the people that are for you or against you. You can see the intent behind a lot of things. And also for the so-called powers that be, the more people that are doing this today, you'll see that they show their hand again prematurely. They didn't mean to. It's like like premature ejaculation, basically. They can't help it. They hate people going against this grain. They're all over the place about it. They just throwing back these wands at you to try and stop you. But at the Eight of Wands against the Five of Wands, yeah, that's what they're going to do. It actually serves the person who is sending out and receiving the Eight of Wands than anything else. So we've got the next card is Lust, but it's in reverse. Now in this deck, it is actually Strength. Representing strength. So you see on the upright, she's on the horse, she's free. The divine masculine being represented in this very active, muscular, fast acting horse, a beast. And then you see this divine feminine woman, as tiny as she is compared to this horse, able to direct and give instruction to the horse without any force at all. There's no bridle on here, there's no whip, there's no nothing. There's just the yin and the yang, the divine feminine and divine masculine, but it's in reverse. And so there's something here that has again, there's a prematurity to decisions. There's not enough fortitude to being able to maintain a position of strength. And so for some of you, this might be you, and it might be that you have a bit of a dip today regarding things that you know you should walk away from and let go of. But you know you're feeling that lack of strength and fortitude to be able to do so, and that lack of balance of divine feminine and divine masculine within to do so. There's certain inner wounds there that still have you clinging on to that doesn't serve you, with this Eight of Cups clarifying here. this need to let go with this Eight of Cups and walk away. But it's still, there's still some work to do on the inner work there with the divine feminine and divine masculine, in order to not feel the sacrifice and loss of something, rather than the opportunity to go and do different and do more, be with others, be different, go further onto your own path. There's still this I want to say energetic cord, this for many of you, sexual cord that is still tied to an unhealthy relationship. And there's this reluctance to do what you know would serve you better to do, and leave that, walk away. And that isn't actually down to the external, it is the emotional, it's the inner work. There's something regarding this relationship. Maybe you have trouble with abandonment, maybe you have trouble with, some of you have heard during the childhood, you give in too easy, therefore you've gone through life not giving in at all, when actually giving in is actually the stronger thing to do and the wiser thing to do, to be able to move on to something that resonates with you more so. So we all have these different seeds that we need to look at every now and again, that do not grow fruitful things within us, but weeds, and not useful weeds. They take over, they blur the rest of the foliage, the inner foliage, so to speak. They strangulate the rest of the growth, and so they hold a position on the ground. And so that's what a lot of you are doing here. For the collective stage, they are still trying to maintain this show of strength. They are still trying to maintain this show of power, and they do need to just let go. For the collective stage also, there are many people that are still clinging on to hope and salvation of something or someone outside of self, particularly politically. And I know that this isn't popular, but more and more is going to come out over the coming years of there being no separate sides actually politically, that it has been a very, very clever mind game that has been played over many countries. And so this is where, yes, people have differing opinions and things, but the ultimate call has been those above them, the hidden shadows, and that has been known by both sides also. And so this is where this clinging on to this this savior, this wanting of somebody who can come in and do what's going to be said to be done, that we're going to do, or the hope of that is actually holding back the progress. It's halting the progress. It causes an imbalance in the timeline that we want to manifest, that we want to create. And so, and it goes against, it contradicts the spiritual knowings that many of you have. And so go back to that inner ground and figure out where that is coming from. Some people, it's still coming from seeds of religion that are still in there, and they take a lot of rooting out. And sometimes we have to go back as well. They keep, replanting themselves in different forms. And the political stage is very much just a stage of religion. Very organized religion, run by a few in the shadows, the few that are the same people, but all in separate sides on the surface of it for a long, long time, if not ever. And so we've got the next card as the moon card. I love this moon card, and this is where there is much activity in timelines meeting, particularly in the dream realm. A lot of you having dreams regarding ancient times, ancient depictions of things that you need to try and unpick and understand. They'll bring great foresight for how you go on in your present and therefore into your future. Huge revelations in many of your dreams regarding we've been here before. and in this place, in this time, in this cycle, in this part of the cycle. And there's much information within those dreams that is very much of the psychic realm, of the dream realm, of the remote viewing realm. Also the physical, actual apparence of greater apparence of timelines meeting, of things coming in, that, you know, as I've mentioned in one of the writing on the walls in the psychic knowings of that, I know that these different ancient beings are all of a sudden being found alive. And it's not that they've been here this whole time and they've been hidden in the depths of the sea. I really feel that I really, for me, know that they are actually popping in, that the activity that is surrounding the likes of CERN, the activity that is surrounding the likes of the natural, very, very potent electromagnetic field portals around the world, particularly on sites that have deliberate churches on it, that have deliberate pyramids, whatever it is, they've put them there because they know that there's a field to harness there that literally time travels, that literally pops things in, that can feel very paranormal to us. And it might be vice versa for whatever's popping in, but that is very apparent, and it is even more so apparent in your dreams. So please let me know about any of the exciting dreams you've been having. There might be a show in it where everybody comes on and shares these, because these are hugely apparent. Now, with the Six of Cups, to clarify this moon card, this is a lot of you are doing a lot of dream work regarding these two cards here, the Lust in reverse, Strength in reverse, and the Eight of Cups, in that a lot of what you are needing to process, you are doing it during your sleep time. And it is to do with your past, it's to do with your childhood, it's to do with seeds of things that got in and need to be transmuted. It's to do with healing, it's to do with inner standing, and also far back beyond that, as I say, these cycles that have gone on through the generations of our DNA lines. There is much communication from ancestral lines today, and right now in general. There is much communication from what would be deemed as the paranormal. There is so much wanting and willing, and I really feel that there is so much information out there already, and also to come in just how things are not as they seem. This is not how we need to go on. We do not need to be governed like this. This has been a long-standing hijack, and it is absolutely there is a new way of being, and we are in what would we call a Ragnarok time of the end of worlds. And I don't feel that it's the end of the world. I feel this being is already transmuting itself into a different time space, and we are having to get on the right frequency depending on where we want to pop in on those timelines. I really do feel that, and you know, that's how I can go into that and explain more, but you know, it just, that's how it feels in its appearance right now. So I'm just going to clarify as I'm talking further regarding this this moon card in the Six of Cups, because it's very important. And as I say, it's important on an individual level of you in the right now, you in the present. And don't place greater importance or less importance on doing your own inner work on you in the present. You are important. You are the universe. You are a depiction of a branch of creation, of creational source. And so you doing your inner work right now, some of you are thinking, yeah, well, that's not important right now, there's bigger fish to fry. Actually, you're frying those fish by sorting out your own fish. I don't even know if that makes sense, but you know what I mean. There's this energy of, you know, not feeling important. You are integral. we all are integral to these timelines. We all are integral to this creative process. And so you doing this inner work is of great, great importance, and of exactly the same importance, not greater than or less than, is the importance of the power of energy right now that is coming through, to have the knowing that we directly affect the past, present and future at the same time, simultaneously, and therefore we can heal the wounds and have a direct effect of how our ancestors lived, and how our future selves, or future parts of self in our grandchildren and children, you know, lived. You know, it's there's so much of it. It's so together. It's so much more together than people think. And so we have to clarify the moon card, the judgment card, to come up. So this is where we see our field. This is the hijack, the main hijack being this weird ass religion, and even this weird ass organized religion in the way that we see ancient gods and goddess energies, in they sort of depict, because they did a lot of the writing, and actually anything that was written before them, a lot of that they've hidden away in the Vatican and the others of the like, so that actually we are getting this even more skewed idea of what the gods and goddess energies are and expect from us, because we're even getting that through the lens of this weird ass one god organized religious cult. And so this is where we see that we are being called to see that part of the hijack greatly that happened in the past. We are being called to know that we have the power within ourselves to direct our own elements, and therefore even the elements around us, and carve our own path. With the Fool card, we're back at 0 point if we choose to be so. And so at this 0 point, at this perfect balancing point, as you see this Fool card energy here, we have exciting times to go forward to, if we choose to be in great understanding of our own power, and able to see through the lens of that we really even definitely thought was true, because most of it isn't. And so this is where a lot of that inner work comes in too, because even down to like people like architects and not architects, what do you call them, bone diggers, you know what I mean. They are, you know, a lot of them have been on, like the likes of Robert Seffer, you know, he has been desperate and argued for years to say that wasn't like this. But why do you say it was like this when we have more proof now to say it wasn't? And it's because there is a lot of money involved, there's a lot of power involved in that lie. And so that lie is being maintained, but these lies are seeping out, that sun is shining on them. And the likes of Robert Seffer and people like that who are of high consciousness are clapping and saying, thank God, it's time, it's yes, you know, great. And so this is where, but we also have that inner work within each and every one of us also, that could be part of that other, in different aspects of our lives, that other side of things, of the bone diggers that want to cling on to the money, cling on to the power as it is, because it's given them a good life, it's given them good accolade, it's given them, oh, what do you call them? Dig bones, the dust bones, the, oh, damn it, can't think of the name. And so they are wanting to cling on to that old paradigm. They're wanting to do that. And so we have to ask ourselves at all times, why are we trying to cling on to this? Why is there something within me that is skew with, that is trying to cling on to this for skew with reasons? Skew with, I mean, like odd reasons, left field reasons, for intent that isn't great reasons. So the Empress card is to clarify also with that. So we've got 3 major arcanas that are pulled out in front of you. to clarify this moon card: Judgment, Fool, and the Empress. They're coming in with a heavy hitting energies of, you know, do not think anything is impossible, and do not think what you have been told has to be true. This is you know, realizing yourself, realizing what you see, realizing what you're being shown from the ancient past and from the recent past, all melding together with this moon card and this 6 of Cups, and then get into that 0 point where you are that blank slate, that Fool card that is not held and or by energetic cords or anything of the like to old paradigms, that you are a blank slate, that you are willing to write your own story, knowing your own truths, and in a very balanced way, because you're not clinging on to things that have been you've been conditioned to for whatever reasons, by the powers that be and people in your own lives, parents, grandparents and whatnot, to cling on to certain old paradigms, to cling on to certain old ways of being. The Empress card reminding us that we are our thoughts, our words and our deeds, and our reality will represent that. We will bring in that. And so it's super powerful. And then so 3 major arcanas pop out, and we've got the 3 of Wands on the bottom of the deck. It's time to take action. Action is being taken against humanity, against humanity's freedom and growth, and it is the same action that came in with this blue, something about the blue. And so there's this unpicking of it right now, but we need to take action in doing that and start to stand up for what our freedoms are. And our freedoms are to express, be creative, and just be with those that we love, that bring us joy and happiness, with this Sun card here. The Knave of Swords comes out also, and this is to speak of there are truths, and some of them will be certain harsh truths, but this Knave of Swords is of childlike curiosity for the truth, for wanting the truth, to unpick its swords, its air, thoughts, words, intellect, wisdom. And so this is an energy that is a real go-getter for truth, and honor. And so this is where we see there are many truths coming out today for those that choose to see them and hear them. And wow, what a day and what an opportunity for clearing out some of the things from the within of yourself that are holding you back in your individual life, and creating that victory and bringing in exactly what you would want at your highest possible consciousness with this 8 of Wands. Super powerful day. Make of it the most that you will and can. My intent is out there for you all to achieve your victories personally and for the collective, and that you have absolute bliss, joy, happiness, you know, laughter, smiles, hugs. Send a hug, give a hug. You know, Wayne Steiger sent that out, you know, to you know, have a focus point, a teddy, anything, a person in your own home. Send out that hug energetically. Also, when you hug anything in your vicinity, send that out. It's felt, it's powerful, it's magic, it's felt, it's energy. And so do that. My intent is all of that and more for you, for your greatest good today. I want this, you know, let's turn this down wheel. Come on, they've had their time, they've had their fun. It's getting boring now, so let's turn that wheel and let's make our own fun. I love and appreciate you all. Check in for the next daily energy stroke tarot stroke psychic reading, whatever you want to say it is, and get what you need to get from them. Please leave a comment, let me know how you're getting on. Please send me any comments or emails regarding what your intuition and psychic knowings are right now regarding those dreams that some of you I know are having, because that would be super interesting to look at and correlate with. what else? If you'd like a personal reading or any energy work or any spiritual coaching, you can get me also at truedivinemedia@gmail.com, or you can send me a message at truedivine44. Just on the back of this, I want to say thank you so much, because this is what I know I'm led to do. And I know the clients that I have appreciate so much, and I know that I appreciate the fact that, you know, I can help them, and that's not being big-headed. They get a lot of help, and their lives get better, you know, because of it, and that is because of them getting the information via me, the conduit that is from themselves, basically, in whatever way, shape, or form, and they're taking the action to put things in motion. And so I appreciate that it's a joint effort when people come for a reading. But what I didn't and have never asked for and didn't expect, I work hard to push to, you know, attain and maintain my family. In particular, right now, I'm a single mother. There's just me. It's just me. You know, so there's I did not anticipate. So obviously I was manifesting. I'm manifesting all the time. I did not anticipate people's kindness, just in appreciation for what I'm doing right now. And there's been, and I'll never mention names unless explicitly said I'm allowed to, but I just want to thank you, the people that not only share the work that I do, because that really helps, and like and whatnot, that really helps, but also people have been led to donate, and that is something that I did not expect, and I appreciate it so much, because I've never put that call out there, and you've just done it, and it blows me away, quite frankly. So thank you so much, and thank you for appreciating what I do so much. I love you all for it, however it is that you help, and even just you being here, you know, is pretty damn helpful. So I love you all. Mwah.